Imagine somebody be like something. Oh, what's that other?
Yeah, I don't want to focus on nothing but you.
Which I now believe it's recording. So welcome back yet again to episode 5 of Box of Topics.
Hey,
Because you
woo!
never know what you're gonna get.
Episode 5. Woo!
So, what's on today's fun agenda of topics?
Oh, I want to talk about something because I had this experience, and not only has it happened to me once, it's been multiple times. And it's like because I'm old as I am, I be thinking at some point it's gonna stop. But I don't know, probably when it stops, I probably might miss it, but I doubt it. Anyway, I want to talk about men who check out other women
Okay.
behind their women's back.
Ah, I mean, I don't, cause
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, let me tell you my experience.
Okay.
I was at Burlington Coat Factory,
Ooh,
and
not sponsored.
we were in line.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this little Latin man with his lady, and they were in line in front of us. And so your brother and your nephew went to go look at some stuff while I stayed in line, right?
Okay.
So the dude keeps checking me out behind his lady's back, and he literally took my picture. Now, which is crazy because I've had somebody.
How do you do that? You just turn around.
He was feeling like he was trying to take a picture of something else.
What? You can't even.
Oh, he was trying his best to not be obvious, but also angle his phone where he could get me. And it was like, I see you. I was just looking at like, I see you. But I was like, go ahead, take your little picture. Because oddly enough, I've had people take pictures of me while I'm on the street before. Unfortunately, it's not a first time.
I didn't. I didn't know we were all Spider-Man in this family.
Man, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Some of the stuff that happens to me is like literally, I need a book. I really do because
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I mean, everyone has their own individual stories. Nobody's stories is the same. So I'm pretty sure if everyone wrote a book, man, most of them will be bought because it's like, wow, I haven't seen this one.
That part, and it's just it's like yeah, nobody's story is the same. But I don't think people be brave enough to write their own story. I don't think they could do it. They don't have enough faith in themselves to boost themselves up.
Yeah.
But I'm my own cheerleader, so I never have a problem. Actually, people tell me all the time I think way too much of myself, and my response to that is, of course I do. I mean, somebody's got to be the leader of the fan club until my fan club takes over.
You know.
Ugh.
And on top, I will say, sure, going out and starting your own thing is scary in its own way, but you'll never know until you try.
That part. And then that leads me to my favorite phrase: fake it till you make it. Hey, if you go out and pretend like everything is okay, eventually, you know what's going to happen? It's going to be okay. Yes, but back to the men checking out other women behind their woman's back. I would love to. I'd like to know if the women know. I really would. Do you know? And if you know, are you cool with it? Do you excuse it? I mean, obviously, they probably can't know. That's the reason why they do it behind their back.
I mean, to be fair, it's like I feel like it's kind of in the same thing of like if you're a parent and you know your child points at everything, like are you able to stop it or do you just be like, you know what, at this point?
I don't know.
Because
I feel like that is so disrespectful, and it's like, okay, so I don't think the women probably know because obviously that's why they're doing it behind their back, you know. But it's like I don't know, women's to intuition. It seemed like eventually your spidey senses would be tingling, like. Mm,
not everyone's super,
I
but
guess. But yeah, I've seen that's happened so many times where you just have guys checking me out behind their girl's back and then it's like, ew, you're disgusting.
Yeah, but I mean, even though that's kind of like one of the more common or norm things, it is still the vice versa. You'll have a natural, well, upstanding guy, you be with a chick, and then she goes off and does whatever randomness.
Do women do that? You know what? And maybe I don't know. I've never really peeped that. Or women check out guys behind a man's back. Now when I was married, I didn't look at other
And,
men.
and that's probably why, because it's like, I guess the best way to put it's like you don't really surround yourself with those kind of people. So it's kind of like the same way of when I'm like, oh man, I wouldn't mind being one of those people to witness like someone in danger so I can go in and help. But I don't surround myself with damsels in distress or any kind of people who will get in those situations. Everyone I know can handle themselves. So there's never an opportunity for me to come in like Superman. So it in that kind of vein, it's like, yeah, same thing with me. Like, I'm surrounded by a bunch of other upstanding gentlemen, raised right and everything. So with me and them, instead, our stores are flipped. We have, well, not we, they have their situations where their girls will be checking out other guys or
And they
doing
know it.
well, I mean, either A, they find out and they're like, I can't stay with her no more, or they just be stressing them out or whatever. And one thing that's definitely guaranteed, especially if it's like a long distance thing, don't do it. Don't do it. I speak from personal experience. Don't do it. You know what's crazy? There was one time I had a long distance relationship. It went terribly, of course, and I got cheated, right? So now I got into another one somehow, some way. Told them about the exact thing that happened the previous time because they were curious, and the exact same thing happened in order.
You know what? To be perfectly honest, well, we've already established I don't do relationships at all,
Mm.
anyway. But a long distance one, absolutely not. If I can't get to you within 20 minutes driving time, then I can't be with you.
Yeah.
I can't long distance. It's too much because like I don't think in a long distance relationship. I mean, when you're in those, what is it like FaceTime? Y'all
Uh,
talk or
FaceTime and text, everything digital.
see a lot of things that I like. My love language is being comfortable in the silence. I really feel like if I can be in the same room with you, we don't have to say anything and we're comfortable. That's when I feel like that's real love.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so how do you do that in a long
Just
y'all
be on call and
y'all be
just
on
be chilling.
FaceTime and just don't say nothing, just have the screen up and they're
Yeah, just
on
be
and you're
sitting.
on.
What's so funny? Okay, so I saw this thing.
That seems so I don't know. That just seems weird to me. But yeah.
Now, I will say the only reason why I tried it not once but twice is because I always heard so horribly about how those went, and I was like, well, maybe I'll be the first one. I
No.
wasn't. It's like if I was to hear that most planes just kind of fall out of the sky, I'd be like, well, shoot, let me see if I can be the first one to, you know.
But I mean, no. I mean, I'm like that. I feel like I'm gonna show me. I'm gonna show me. Don't tell me about nothing.
Mhm.
Show it to me. Because if you tell me something, I'm gonna be like, especially Jay, don't push that button. You mean this button
Right
right
here.
here?
Like if you push that button, that red spot on your shirt, if you push that, you go kaboom.
Hmm. I don't know. Right. I have to.
Like,
Right. I gotta see.
like
You gotta show me. I don't just tell
on
me
one
stuff.
hand, going kaboom ain't that fun, but
But yeah, I don't know. You tell me that, but then yeah. So I'm a show
yeah,
me type person. So you can't tell me about stuff. So I get that. You want to find out. Somebody tell you, oh, well, this is awesome. This is great. Now you be like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna go over there and check it out and see what it's all about.
because
So yeah.
yeah, if
Oh, no, I
people,
don't look down on people that do it. I
oh
mean,
yeah, no,
of course.
if they manage to do something I'm not able to do, whoa,
I mean, of course, that's how you find out. That's how I found out long distance don't work for me because I tried it. Same thing with relationships. Same thing with marriage. You can only, a lot of things, honestly, you can't knock it until you actually try it.
Most things, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Now, there's some things now.
there are some things where it's
Yeah,
like you don't have to. No, you don't have to try. Like there
are you going to say my phrase?
yes,
Go ahead.
yes I am. Because like there have been times you said you've been approached by females. There have been times I've been approached by guys, and I'm like, nah, no, like you. I mean, you can't knock it till you try it. And my mom is famous for this one. She said, "Well, I don't have to jump into a volcano or be set
No.
on fire
Yeah.
to know that I don't like that."
No.
However,
Yeah. That's what, because I had a friend that told me that she had an experience with a woman.
mhm,
And I was like, oh, okay. And then so she said, she's asked me, have I ever? And I said, no, women are not for me. And she was like, no, you can't knock it unless you try it. And I said, look here, boo boo. It's a few things that I believe that you can't knock it until you try it. I said, but I don't want to be set on fire. I don't think I got to try that to know that, yeah, that's not for me. So, yeah,
this is painful.
right. So it's a few things you can definitely say.
Before you try.
Right. I definitely don't want to experience that. So I don't, because my friends are everything. My
Mhm.
friends are gay, bi, trans, everything. And some of my chosen family is too. So I don't judge or look down on anybody for anything. But I just know for me. For
I
me.
I really enjoy my bi friends. They are very fun to be around.
All my friends are great. I'm gonna have to say that.
Especially like one of them who's like he is like very like feminine. Oh my god, I love that dude. He's fun to be around.
Yes, shout out to the Femme Queens.
Yeah.
Yes, but I love all my chosen family. The only friends that I don't have that I would love to have, just so I can like get some tips, because I'm not a makeup girl. I would love to have a drag queen sister or a drag queen. Well, yeah, drag mother. Yeah, somebody to put me in makeup and drag and all that. I would love to have a drag mom, a drag sister, a drag aunt, any aunties out there looking to adopt or whatever, so somebody can show me how to do the makeup. So it's like when I do wear makeup, I like to be out there flawless. Like, ooh, yeah. But other than that, yeah,
That won't happen.
yeah, yeah, I haven't met my drag family yet, but I got other, everybody. And I love the fact that I have everybody in my family. I love that I'm so diverse and inclusive.
Mhm. And it's so funny too, because like I enjoy it so much, having all these different experiences, you know, seeing all these different languages, these different backgrounds. It's like a whole different world. Like I don't need to go to Mars to see different life. We got it on the planet. Like man, you go from England to Africa, I promise you, nothing's the same.
It's not. I love that. Oh, I love that. You, like you said, when you be with different groups, you get to experience the world differently.
Yeah, so many different
Yes,
angles.
it's so many things that you don't see regularly, and then they know different things and places and phrases and all
and,
that
and
stuff.
different experiences, different
Yes,
ways of going about things.
yes, I love that. So yeah,
Shoot.
um, that's another one of my favorite things is traveling. Just oof.
Yeah.
I would love to retire one day and be able to just take a trip around the world while I'm still active.
Hmm.
Yeah, because you see old people traveling, and I don't have nothing against that. I just don't want to be that old
Yeah, you
traveling.
don't want to follow the trend of it all.
Yeah, I still want to be like when I go traveling. I still want to be able to like jump out of a plane or parasail or
Hang
go
glide, all
hiking.
types of,
Yeah, and not to say that elderly people don't do that
or can't. But
or can't, right? But the numbers
the numbers
go,
don't
yeah,
really.
they go lower as they get older.
Yeah.
I've seen it on TV where you got some elderly people that do stuff like that, but yeah, the numbers get lower the older they get, and I just want to still be able to experience. everything, like the small to the extreme, while I'm still able, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah. But oh, I know another thing. Do you have any extreme sports you'd like to try?
No,
Really?
not one.
Oh God. I want to take that. Oh God, I got so many. Oh, it's so many. Okay, so like I already said previously, I jumped off of, and I still don't know, I can't remember what the name of that hotel is, but it's a hotel in Vegas, and you can jump off of this hotel, and it's over 900 feet. So I've experienced that. And then I four wheeled across the Mojave Desert, and then we did a little bit of hiking, and then we swam in the Colorado River. Wow.
Colorado River.
Yeah, blah, blah. So yeah, experience that. I would love to jump out of a plane to do the parachute jump. I would love to race car driving. Oh, I would love to do that. I would love to do the in the airplane, the real fast ones, where they show the celebrities doing it and they always throw up in the bag. Oh shoot, what's those planes called?
Fighter jets?
I think so. Yeah, jet pilot,
Jet
yeah.
pilot, yeah.
Yeah, they be in the back riding, but
Yeah,
I would love to
all the G's of force.
yeah, they go like 1,000 miles per second or something. I don't know, whatever fast it is. I love to experience that. Oh, and then I want to do I'm already basically I'm basically a race car driver, street legal, but I love to go fast. But I would also love to do stunt car driving as well. Be able to put a car on two wheels, or be able to like get in the car and do the rollover accident type deal, just the experience. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I admit that. I guess I'm a little bit of let's say extreme adrenaline. I heard it in my head. It made it to my mouth. I guess I'm one of those extreme adrenaline junkies. I like the adrenaline rush.
Understandable.
Yeah, but I want to do the extreme sports too. Yeah.
Well, you have fun with those. Is that me? Nah, man.
Not trying to do any of that.
My lady said, "Oh, we're gonna go skydiving." Who's we?
Yeah, skydiving. Really? So she approached you to do that, and you was like, "No, thank you."
Yeah, I like being on the ground.
Really?
I'm a turtle.
Oh, well, that's okay, because you know what?
Yeah, I can do that.
I was just about to say, I'll go with you. I will definitely go with you. We can go skydiving.
I feel like with me though, it's gonna be like one of those movie things. I'm like, no, absolutely not. I am not gonna go. I can't believe I'm going skydiving with you. I don't like you right now. Like it's gonna be one of those things.
Okay. Another question.
Okay.
Are you happy in Michigan, Detroit, Michigan? Okay, so
question.
If you could live anywhere in the world, in the whole world, where would you go?
It's quite a few places. Even though most of these places don't like tourists, but which understandable. I wouldn't want some random people just, oh hey, look at all this stuff. Man, there's a lot of traffic all of a sudden. But I wouldn't mind being in well, this is just off of what I've heard. I've never really been to these places, but I wouldn't mind being in like Canada because that seems real nice. I was able to muster up talking to a horse, so I could probably talk to a moose from 50 meters away.
I wouldn't suggest that. Yeah, not even.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said 50 meters away.
Yeah, no, even 50 meters. I don't know if you know how fast they can move.
No. That's why I said horse before saying moose. Like,
yeah, no.
Boys are
I don't mess with. We already went over that. I don't mess with non-domesticated animals, and wherever they live at, if they not in my house, I'm not going.
Oh no, I'm not going out there to their territory. That That would be
say,
a trusted friend with a little baby or something. And hey, little dude.
I was gonna say it'd be nothing like that time you had to, hey, Mr. Spider, and I was like, dog.
I just said I didn't want extreme sports. I'm gonna go talk to a moose.
Woo, yeah, you be asking for it.
I'm not Theodore Roosevelt. Anywho, I wouldn't mind actually going to Japan because one of my friends did it already. Had a wonderful time. Again, while he was there, a lot of people that didn't like the tourist part. But hey, it's really nice looking, very clean.
I have a niece, which would make them your cousin. Yeah, that lives in Japan. She says it's awesome.
Oh, of course, yeah, it's wonderful there. The society, everything is so nice. Their trains are faster. It feels like they're in the future, and we're not. So
that's how you see it.
That's exactly how I see it. Everything about Japan, hey, and then like.
Well, I mean, all our technology comes from
exactly made in China. Everything we got, and then the crazy part is like Japan is in the future, and then like China is also there. Like it feels like modern, but also they integrated like ancient society into their modernness in a really nice way. Like horses and cars can't be on the road at the same time in America. That don't work. That's our ancient stuff. But I don't know. They found a way to just put the two together in a very beautiful thing. Like, and it's so funny. You go to any other place, right? You be like, oh, this is you guys' culture. Oh, this is so beautiful. It's so rich. It's so nice. So lovely. So peaceful. What's American culture like?
That's funny. That's funny. But you know, it always seemed great until you actually experience it.
Which is true.
Yeah, so it's and everything does. It sounds great until you get there, and then you be like, "Whoa,
this isn't exactly what I signed up for."
Yeah, this wasn't in the brochure. I'm sure of it.
Oh, I'm here for the American dream.
Yeah,
I've been here for a long time. What are we dreaming about?
Right. So is that it? Just those 2, 3? You said 3 places. That's it.
Probably any other place that's like kind of boring.
Oh, okay.
Like, some of my friends, they like moved to Ohio, and I'm like, oh, lucky you guys. And they're like, yeah, nothing happens here. Exactly.
Well, probably just where they stay. I mean, you guys, it's a lot in Ohio.
Yeah, but like, it's not Detroit. Like, like.
But I mean, even that with Detroit, though, if you just move to Michigan, good Lord. If you just moved out of Detroit, we got boring cities in Detroit, too. I mean, why do I keep saying
Detroit is the
let me get myself together.
Boring cities
we have
around
boring
Detroit?
cities in Michigan. We have boring cities in Michigan. Yeah, if you just want to be somewhere boring. For me,
but at the same time, I don't want to, because like Michigan's very bipolar. I don't know if anyone else experienced this, but it's
no, it's quad polar.
It's just polar, because it's there was an experience I had, and I don't know. No, if you lived in Michigan, you know. But there was one time it was sunny, no clouds, raining, and a rainbow at the same time. It looked beautiful, but I was like, we're gonna die.
Michigan is the only place where you can experience summer, spring, winter, and fall all in one day.
Yeah, that did happen. It cycled through.
Yes. This is the only place that I know of. I don't know about other cities, other states, things of that nature, but I do know for a fact here in Detroit, Michigan, I experienced spring, summer, fall, and winter all in the same day. That's why I call it quad polar.
It's so weird because it was one time I've witnessed snow and rain at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
That is such a weird feeling to see snow and feel raindrops.
Yeah.
Like you have to sit there and wonder what's about to happen.
That's like common. It's common.
Like so many times I was sitting there thinking, we don't get hurricanes or volcanoes or anything, but this is what we get. I don't know. I think I'd rather trade because man, and then we still got a random tornado that came close to us. So I was like, what's the point?
Oh, we get tornadoes here
Yeah, it's
all the
weird.
time. All the time. The stuff that used to freak me out when I was a kid was lightning. I swear to God. And I swear I was a little kid and I looked out my back window. I could have sworn I saw lightning like come down right at the back my back window. Like I could look through it. I was looking through it and I could see like particles. I'm sure that was my imagination though, because had lightning struck that close to the house, it wouldn't have been silent. I wouldn't have been the only one that knew about it, you know. But
I mean, to be fair, it's the lightning itself doesn't really make. I mean, it does make a noise, but it's so quick that the noise happens after.
yeah, it's not even the lightning though. I think it's what it strikes that
Mm.
makes the actual noise. Now I'm not a physicist or anything, so yeah, I could be wrong. So all these mathematicians, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I could possibly be wrong. I'm not. I now see when it comes to physics, chemistry, all that other kind of stuff. Yeah, you can get me on that. But you come in that kitchen and try to tell me something. Nada. I know it all.
So like a creme brulee. Anywho, uh, I'm pretty sure you know how to make that. That's the funny part. Anything you don't know how to make, you're like, I can figure it out.
I usually do.
It's
I
so
do.
hilarious.
What I love is trying something and it's an original. Like if I get a recipe, it sounds good. I'll make the recipe to the T when I'm starting out the very first time.
Mhm.
Try it, and then whatever I don't like, I'll tweak it and I'll upgrade it.
To your preference, yeah.
Yes, which is usually a good preference. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Um,
we was talking about seasons in Michigan. How about construction season?
so like when you say season, usually when it comes to those, there's an ending. What do you mean construction season in Michigan? Like you mean construction in Michigan?
It is you right.
It never
You
finishes.
right. It never ends. Okay, so back what year was it? It was
This year.
No, I want to say I recently rode with your brother somewhere and we was on I-75 and it was doing construction. And I was like, my God. I remember taking your oldest brother to college. This had to be like 2010, 20, yeah, like 2010, 2011. Taking him to college and they were doing construction on I-75. It is now 2025. That is 15 years at the least. And they are still working on I-75. It is never ending.
Yeah, that's why it's like it's so funny that the work ethic here when it comes to construction, and sure people could be like, oh, you know, they're hardworking, there's multiple different excuses, but if it takes you a decade to fix one road, fix one house, then I don't think you should be trying to fix anything.
What fix? It's still they still working on the same patch. Every time I done took y'all because everybody went out of state for college. Nobody went in state for college. So I've driven I-75 south multiple times,
Hmm.
multiple different times
Yeah.
a year,
Times a
different
day.
years, different times a day. I don't care when. It's always construction on I-75. Like, oh my God. When does it end? It's never ending. You never ending. Yeah, you're right. I did said it wrong. Season. Nope. It's non-ending. It should be it's eternal. Is that forever?
Mhm.
Yeah. Eternal construction. That's what they need to change it to.
It's so funny too because it's like what was I just gonna say? Man, I almost
You glitched.
You know?
Like I
Oh no. So there was one time where a friend of mine said this joke, which everyone knows it. The whole corny thing of you driving, you see a sign, road work ahead, and you're like, I sure hope it does.
oh.
But now after being here for a minute, now whenever I see that sign, I'm just gonna go, no, it doesn't. The road does not work ahead. It don't. Because once you see them cones, just know it's gonna take you 15 generations to possibly see that cone move, and it's not even gonna leave.
I think in the future, in like 2,000 years, and if they, when they perfect the technology on how to bring people back to life, and when they bring me back, and they're gonna be like, so what are some of the things that happened back in the past? And I'll be talking about them. And I'll be like, hey, by the way, did they ever finish I-75? Oh no, they're still working on it. And it's gonna be 2,000 years in the future.
You know, like it's just gonna be that one thing where it's just never gonna get fixed.
Never ending.
And it's weird. Like I don't believe it's a hard thing. It's just maybe
it must be impossible. It must be, because like I said, I remember it's been years and they still working on it. And it's like the same patch of area.
Maybe them airhead ads are right. You ever seen those where like the construction people be like playing jump rope or whatever while having, airheads, and one of them was like, this is why we never get any work done. Like, I think they're
we're not the only people to notice things.
No, because they be cracking on them too.
Orange cones are just a staple to the roads. It's like you'll see orange cones forever. It don't even be people out there. It just
they're just a whole smorgasbord of them.
Whole bunch of orange
and
cones.
I never say smorgasbord, but that's the best way to describe it.
It'll never be no worker. I see the cones. You be driving alongside the cones for miles. Not one vehicle out there. Nobody out there working. And like I say, I have certain areas you drive like certain times, because I'll be like, okay, I'm a night worker, so I'll be thinking, okay, so maybe they in the daytime, and nope, because I've had doctor's appointments while out there in the same stretch during the day. Nah, they're not out there.
You could set up one of them little cameras that people usually do whenever they're trying to get that overhaul of the city and all the cars be driving by fast. Them cones will not move. Lifetimes will pass. Cones will never move. That's what I'm saying. Like, by the time my great-grandson is 50, maybe that cone will move, but it won't. With that also being said, one of the random funny little topics I want to bring up, and this can go forever, What is like one of the most just wild, or just not even wild, what's like a dream that you remember having where it's either wild or you just can't. I mean, there's a lot of different questions when it comes to dreams, but just what's just a recent dream you've had where it's just noteworthy?
Well, my recent dreams, I don't really remember, but I do know when I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
When I was pregnant, and I can't remember who I was pregnant with, but I would have all these crazy dreams. And in each dream, it would be a cartoon character. It would be a singing star, somebody, a performer,
mm-hmm.
singing performer, and it would be a movie star. And then it would be me. And we would be in like different movies sometimes, or videos, and I would be in it and also watching it. Yeah, so I would be like, I don't know exactly where I was watching from, but I know I could actually see us. Because I know it was one video that I was in. It was with Michael Jackson. And we were doing Remember the Time.
Okay.
And I had on this long white shirt. And I remember Michael had on like a white shirt and some white pants. And then Donald Duck was in that one. And then who was the movie star? Man, I can't remember who the movie star was. But everybody had on white and black in different ways. I had on all white, this long white shirt, but I had on like black shoes. And I had like this black hat on. And then the other person had on all black, but they had like white on. And then Donald Duck had on half and half black and white shirt. Because all he does is wear shirts.
Yeah, he doesn't wear any
Yeah,
pants.
he's Donald ducking it. Yeah, so and we was just like going across the desert. And it's like I could see us like we was like dancing, like
Across the
yeah,
desert,
we was dancing across the desert. And I could see us from the front and I could see it from the back. It was like I was like
like
the
a
camera.
cameraman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I could pan across and all that. Yeah, and it was just, and I would have these dreams like every night. And it would just be every night. I would have
just a
it
random new adventure.
every time. And it would be based on either a movie or, like I said, a video, a song or something like that. Yeah, because I had the one where it was Dick Tracy. I had a dream about that. And then, which was convenient because I do believe in that movie, Madonna was actually in it. And so in my dream, she was in the dream. Her
Uh,
and Warren Beatty was in the dream. And then Jessica from Roger Rabbit was in there with me.
okay.
Yeah, so it was always just weird. I wake up like,
Okay.
right, like, huh, yeah. So yeah, that was weird. Yeah. So what
That's,
was your dreams?
so one I had recently. I was hanging out with my nephew then, little baby and everything, because I just recently met him, so it makes sense that he was there. And it was funny too, because he was able to say a few words, and it wasn't even like full on sentences. It's just little responses. And I think I ended up capturing like one of his first words or whatever in my dream. And I was like, "Look here, your uncle over there. He's been a little much of a he's not really being up to par. So what's gonna happen? I'm gonna throw you. I'm gonna need you to hit him square in his chest." He was like, "Okay." I was like, "What?" It was funny too because it was like I don't know. Hey, this whole
Baby
dream.
toss? Really?
Hey, the baby was gonna hit him. That's
I do stuff in my dreams that I would never
never
do
do
in
in
real
real
life.
life. But in the dream, I knew throwing the baby would be fine. The baby knew me throwing him, he'll be fine. We both knew our target would not be fine. So we was A-okay for the plan. The thing that caught me off guard is that he was like, okay. Like he was just ready for it. Like, oh my God. Guys, did you hear what he spoke?
That's cute.
It was really nice.
Oh, but I didn't say previously when we was talking about any place you'd like to live.
Hmm.
Me, Greece. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
love to go to Greece, Italy,
Did you say Rome?
Rome.
Yeah.
Yes, those are places I would love to go. Of course, Japan as well. Um,
It's so clean.
I just pretty much everything overseas. I think I'm done with the U.S. And then I would like to live anywhere where I would never see another flake of snow ever again. I'd be
Yeah.
cool with that. If I never saw another flake of snow from this day into my last day, I would be okay with that.
Yeah, because I'm tired of shoveling snow.
Man, it is all of it. Not just the shoveling it, but the slipping and sliding on the
Oh,
ice and all that kind of stuff. It gets to
slush
be
snow.
yeah, it gets to be a point where you're too old
To
to
be
slip
slip
and
and
slide
slide
on
on
ice.
snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody don't shovel, and then it's dangerous trying to walk anywhere. You go out to parking lots and you can slip and slide. And even people be like, oh well, even if you sue, it's still never enough money for the damage that you're going to incur if you fall.
And
I'm
then
telling you.
on top of that, there's never been a time where, you'd be like, oh, that person's grass is too high. You slip and fall in their grass, and that's it. You're just buried in grass. No, but with someone not shoveling, you slip, fall, and now you're buried in a bunch of snow.
Man, that's
And if
how
you ain't got no support, well, this has been a nice winter.
I got stuck in snow before. When I tell you that it's not fun, not cool,
Not cute, not
it
nothing.
is none of that.
And it's weird because it's like one of them sinking chairs. Like when you sit down, it's hard for you to get up. So same thing with snow, except your body and gravity just keeps pulling you down. So you're just sinking in snow, and it's cold. It gets everywhere.
And it melts when it makes contact with you. So now you're wet, surrounded by ice.
Yay!
Right. So
Yay!
no, that's not cool. Yeah. So I don't. I've enjoyed people that don't get snow. and you think it's that great. Nope.
No,
I can tell you, if you think you're missing out on something,
you're not.
yeah, just get yourself oh, now in hot places, you know what? People start a snow. They have a panic room, have a snow room, so people can experience,
Experience.
yeah, snow. Yeah.
And all the lovely things like frostbite,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and your car's now buried,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
slipped and
Oh, your car
fell,
don't start because it's too
or the
cold.
ice freezes around your car, now you can't get in, so now you're gonna be late for work.
Oh,
Or my favorite, when there's so much snow, right? You open the door, snow. It just greets you, and you're like, "Well, I guess we're not going outside tonight."
Lord,
There was
I
there was one time
hate.
that happened, and I was like, "Well, I guess I'm in." I did not know at any point like that would ever melt, and I'm like, well, I guess this is our ice age, douche.
I many a times I've done videos where it's like I hate snow. I hate it. I hate. There's no parts of snow that brings me joy anymore. It looks pretty, yes, but you know what else does? Palm trees and sunlight. How about that? So does beaches. They look great too. So you know
So
what?
does the
That's
ocean. Just don't
yeah.
drink it.
I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. So yeah. So whatever comes with living somewhere where it's warm all the time, I realize, the snow kills off the bugs. That's the reason why snow bugs in Michigan aren't as big as they are in other places. But you know what else? They got bug spray everywhere in the world. We know I'm a big fan
Yep.
of bug spray. So hey, I want to be somewhere where there's no snow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Understandable.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
because I usually would just have some big old thought where it's like, oh my God, wow. I don't know if everyone else knows of this, but like there was somebody who said it. I forgot who first said it, but when you stop and think about it, technically, the ocean's a soup.
Ill gross.
What do you mean?
Because it's like, ew, I mean, the ocean is a soup. I mean, when I think of soup, I think of something hearty and something that you can eat. The
Well,
ocean
yeah.
is nasty.
Well, yeah, but so are certain soups to certain people.
Yeah, but still, I get the concept. You got water,
You
you
got
got all
water,
the stuff
salt,
added. Yeah.
vegetables, and some kind of meat. A soup.
Ugh.
Just don't eat it.
Yeah.
With that being said, I don't like soup.
I
I
know
don't
you're
know.
not a fan of soup.
Nah,
I am.
I can't do it.
I live for soup. I know you can't stand it. I don't understand where that came from. But that just because I gave you life doesn't mean. Oh, and that was something that was very disappointing to me when I realized when you give people life, that doesn't guarantee they're gonna like what you like.
Well, I mean, in my experience, I prefer that. More for me. I don't have to share. Like, if I have a litter of children and none of them like chocolate, cool. I ain't gotta share.
Wow, a litter of kids. Wow. Anyway,
Bundle.
nope, nope. I knew he was gonna say it too. Like, nope. Anyway, yes. But I love soup. Oh my God. All different types too, like chicken noodle. And what I do love to do with chicken noodle is to add fresh vegetables to it. You cook it in the broth. Don't add the water. You open the can, you pour it in the pot, you put in fresh vegetables, and you let that cook. And baby, when I tell you, oh, it's something magnificent.
Magnificent.
Magnificent. And oh, cheddar, broccoli. Oh, oh. I got some from Panera Bread. Panera Bread. I must be. Am I sleepy? Am I sleepy? I
Maybe.
don't know. But Panera Bread. I got some from there. Your brother took me there and got me a bowl of broccoli cheddar soup. Ooh, baby. I tell you, that's some good stuff right there. But yeah, me soup and cold days. I love it. Oh, and then chili. Ooh.
But chili's fine. That's its own different. That's its own subcategory. But yeah, I can't do so because I tried. I tried multiple times throughout different sections of my life, as a kid, as a teenager, older, young adolescent, as an adult, I tried eating soup. It does not go well, especially chicken noodle. That is the one thing it'll kill me. Like I even tell people, I'm like, for some reason, like my body goes a little backwards, right? I'll feel sick, and you want to know what I tend to do to feel better? Ate some chocolate. I know, sounds wild, especially, and there was one time I was eating too much chocolate, felt sick, ate more chocolate, felt better. Couldn't even describe to you how that even works.
No, I think there's something scientific about that, about chocolate making you feel better. It's supposed to release some type of endorphins or something like that, because it's like a aphrodisiac. I
Oh,
think chocolate is strawberries.
well, yeah, those are definitely. I mean, they're Valentine's Day foods. So,
Yeah, so I think it's not. I don't think that's all in your head about the chocolate making you feel better.
well,
I think
yeah,
it's some scientific behind that. I
and
mean, people. If people listening, they could, yeah,
and it's
put it
also
in the
probably
comments.
also a placebo effect as well. Because I know my little brother, whenever he's not feeling well, he just crack open a can of Arizona. He's better. So,
But I mean, there's certain things too that like for like when I feel sick, you know how I get y'all get me a Fago cream soda and
mhm,
my whole life is fixed. I think it is just certain things for everybody that has their own personal, because
personal remedy. Yeah.
yeah, you got your own personal remedy. Because before I grab a Tums or something for an upset stomach, I'll just drink a Fago cream soda and
Or
my
ginger ale.
no
Man,
no
I will.
no mm-mm,
I
no
love me some ginger ale.
no,
What?
it doesn't work for me. And even I not because ginger ale is okay. I used to love ginger ale when I was a kid. I guess maybe I've had my lifetime supply.
Country time.
Yeah, but Verner's, even that, it doesn't, like people say, oh, grab a Verner's, it'll settle your stomach. Not like Fago cream soda does.
Yeah.
That is it for me. And
Man,
I mean, I was sick one time and it was coming up. It was in my throat. And I drank the Fago cream soda and everything was well with the world.
yeah, because I mean, to be fair, I know definitely sodas like that where best way to describe it. You ever open a soda too fast and it that experience? Well, there you go. That might just help you where
Ow!
it foams up way too quick.
Like
Yeah,
getting a pop shower? How does that help?
because that way you'll know which one's more effective for when you drink it, and then it fixes your I don't know
Oh, you try
organs
to
and
say the
stuff.
carbonation is what it
Yeah,
is?
maybe.
That's not true because I buy my Fago cream sodas like in bulk sometimes, and I try to hold on to them until I feel sick or whatever. And then if they sit, the longer they sit, the more flat they become. So I've opened one. It was like it was no fizz whatsoever, and it still made me feel better. So I don't think it's the carbonation. It's something in the fake. Shout out to Fago. But yeah, I think it's something in the Fago cream soda that literally makes me feel better.
That's
Because when
possible.
I'm feeling sick, I don't like anything sweet or syrupy or whatever. And theirs is not that sweet too.
Mm.
That's another thing.
Well, yeah, that could be, but yeah, who knows? And I mean, to be fair, not every single person's the same. Like you probably hear multiple times. There's only one you, and it's true. Even if you have a twin, they're still two separate people.
Yes.
There's not a 100% copy of anyone on the planet.
Yeah.
So that means because of your different blood type, your height, your wingspan, your
That
favorite
doctor
whatever.
scarred you with that wingspan thing,
That
didn't
junk was
he?
so it's not even it's not even scarred. It's just I'll never forget it because it was such a ridiculous thing. And I'm gonna even talk about it right after this, but it's like all your different combinations does make you a different person. So, while spinach works for Popeye the Sailor Man, random carrots might work for you. But with that whole wingspan thing, okay. So, not sure how I got it exactly. Maybe it was from soda or whatever, but I had heartburn or maybe acid reflux. Either way, it was mainly just chest pains or heartburn. So I went to the doctor about it. My mom's took me because, why not? And while I was there, this oh boy, this fun gentleman. He told me to stick out my arms. I was like, okay, he was doing this, and he measured my wingspan. I was like, all right. I wonder what he's gonna come back with. This is a different way of doing things. Maybe he's gonna tell me, hey, the circumference of your body, and then you gotta do this, do a cartwheel, and you'll be just fine. Something random I've never heard of. But no, nothing fun like that. No type of pressure points. No, why would you want that? Instead, I got, you see, sir, the reason why you have heartburn is because your wingspan, your arm length, is longer than your body length. That's it. That was the whole. Nothing else past that. And I'm like, that's the biggest load of baloney I've ever heard in my life. And even if it is, which, I mean, kind of, that's how I'm able to reach my pockets. But it's still so.
Needless to say, you never saw that doctor ever again after that.
That's why I tell people, just because they have the profession doesn't mean they're proficient in the profession.
Ooh, baby.
Because there's been so many times I've heard people, well, they're a doctor. They're still a quack. It doesn't, they're a police officer. They're probably corrupt. Just because you have a certain job title doesn't mean you always know what you're doing.
Yeah, it just doesn't always guarantee.
It doesn't always guarantee it.
Yeah.
Because we're all human. People are liable to mistakes. People are liable to bring their at-home self to work, let judgment cloud them. That's why your order at Pizza Hut was wrong.
Oh, now. I know.
I know someone's looking at their box. Dang it!
Right. I mean, following directions, reading directions thoroughly, all that kind of stuff. I feel like that's a lost art. People just don't. They don't do that no more. It's just they hear half of it and go.
And I know, like, the stereotypical little funny thing is, I'm a guy. I don't need instructions. I don't need that. Which, contrary to popular belief, I'm one of the first few guys to actually read instructions. Let me tell you, I didn't need them. So anywho,
crazy.
But even though that's like a stereotypical thing, it is a real thing. Well, here, because I've learned it is so crazy in the heart of Detroit, and I'll tell people this when it comes to living: try to live somewhere where it's boring and not where it's fun to party. Only come to party places when you're going to hang out, like Detroit and all that, and then go to places like Ohio where people normally don't party to live, because nothing crazy is going to happen.
That's not true. That is not true. They party in Ohio. I know for a fact they party in Ohio because I went to Ohio to party. So I traveled.
High school get together. It's not the same.
Nah, no, please. I didn't go to high school in Ohio, but no, I've gone. I usually go different places to go party during my party girl phase. Oh, we used to travel to go to parties, and we went to a pretty cool party in Ohio. It was pretty nice, and it was freaky though, because when we drove, it was like this off the map road that led to this like farmland, and it was a party inside a barn. It was real nice. It was real cool. Yeah, I felt a little nervous getting there and leaving there. Well, not leaving because a lot of people leaving at the same time. But when we were going, I was riding with this guy and some friends of mine. And I was saying, like, how well do we know this guy? Are we sure we're going to a party? Because it looked like one of those movie things, where it was just a dark road, no lights, no nothing. All you see is a bunch of tall weeds on the side and all that. So, I had my suspicions when we were on our way, but it ended up being a real good time. And that was in Ohio.
See how you said like barn and not big club?
Barns can be big. This one was huge. It was a nice sized barn. I think they throw parties there all the time. Because when you look at it from the outside, it looked like a little rundown, like, okay. And then once you get inside, it's like, oh, okay. It was a stage. It was tables. It was chairs.
It's not Vegas.
Huh?
It's not Vegas.
Oh no. It wasn't Vegas, but it was real nice on the inside.
Like, I'm not saying you can't party in like Vancouver, but that's not. Hey, who's trying to go to Colorado? What?
You be
Chicago.
shocked.
We go to Chicago.
Nah, you be shocked at different stuff that's like when your sister lived in DC and I went to go visit her, I was shocked to find out DC is a party state.
I'm not. It's DC.
MG,
Everyone goes to DC. Everyone goes to DC, Chicago. All like it's a big place that you'll hear multiple times in the history books. You're never gonna hear about, hey man, what y'all thinking about partying? Oh, maybe Detroit. Okay. You, Colorado. Okay. Maybe we could go there. Maybe Chicago. What about you? Antarctica. Woo! Why ain't wooing with me? Woo? Antarctica? No! Like
Okay, so people around the world, I want you to report what you got. I want to hear about your party stations because I refuse to believe that there are not party places in every city. It's gotta be. Ain't nobody
spots, but it's not like.
No, I refuse to believe that. In every city, it's somewhere to go.
Because like, where's Mardi Gras at?
In New Orleans.
It's not in Ohio. New Orleans.
You so silly. But in Ohio, they got the Daytona. They got the what is it? I don't know what the different race things are, but I know it's something Daytona 500. Daytona 500. And that's in Ohio, right?
I've never heard of this.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm not big on all this stuff, so if I get in the wrong place, hey, like I said, I'm not big on it. I'm guessing. But yeah, I think Daytona 500 is in Ohio. And then in Ohio, they got, I almost said the Kentucky Derby. Woo, okay. No, they also have Cedar Point is in Ohio. Kalahari, there's some more stuff where they got it in Ohio.
Those are amusement parks.
Yeah, but do you think
that's not a park? That's completely different.
But they still got stuff surrounding that. You know, dagnab well, where they got Cedar Point, they got some bars open or some places for grown-ups to party because they know once some kids go to bed, you're gonna want to do something.
Still not Vando Casino, like
But I'm quite sure it's casinos in Ohio too.
Probably, so, but at the same time, it's like, there's a fine line between take your children to work day and put a sandal on the like.
So silly.
That's what I'm like getting at. Like those big, elaborate, advertisements. I'm gonna walk in with my wallet and walk out wondering why do I have 16 different tattoos. Party versus, all right, kids, don't stray too far away from grandma.
Whatever.
Speaking of Cedar Point, I did win a giant Pikachu from them for a friend of mine.
Really?
I should have won another giant Pokemon while I was there.
What game was you playing?
It was literally just the whole toss the ball in the cup. I'm really good at those.
Oh, well, I know who to take. Where we going the next time we go?
Because, when we was at that other fair, with the pig.
Fair with the pig?
It's freaking, what do you always get
Famous
your ribs?
Dave's?
Famous Dave's.
Oh.
Yeah. And they had their whole little thing where you throw the ball in the basket. I was like, oh, I got this.
Oh,
easy.
I want everybody. It was set up for everybody to win. No, those fairs that they have at like Cedar Point and stuff, those are set up to make sure you don't win. They
I know.
want to get your money.
Man, what? Yeah. Anytime I toss a ball in the cup, easy. I got this. And then especially when they're moving, I know exactly how to lead my shot and everything, even though I have horrible hand-eye coordination, which is weird. Like, anybody else got that where you'll throw and you could have sworn you throw straight, but it curves all the way off to... I can't be the only one. I know I'm not the only one. I know I said there's only one me, but there are similarities out there. Come on, other Devons. We all can't throw.
Yeah, everybody has a twin on the planet.
I'd love to meet mine.
I've met mine. I have two.
Oh.
I have two that I've ran into in my lifetime. where people will tell me all the time, "Oh, y'all look alike," and I'd be like, "No, we don't." But then with these two women, I saw it. I saw it. Now I ran into one of when I was a young girl. It was a girl that looked just like me, but I seen her recently. We don't look alike no more.
Mm.
And then it was a lady that I worked with back in the day, and yeah, I can see it. People be like, "Y'all look so much alike," and I'd be like, "Yeah, I see it. I see it." But what I can't stand is when somebody tell me, "Oh, it's this girl. I see she looks
Was
just
just
like
like
you."
you, and then
Oh
she
my
looked
god,
like
and then you go see them, and you be like, and be looking like, you be like, okay, you trying to be funny, right? Because they just the
if we're
worst
doing like
type of
dog comparisons.
non-attractive type of person. Like, oh, you killing me, yeah. So
Why you gotta like? I look like a Shiba Inu, and you picked out someone who's a hammerhead shark. Why would you do me like that?
mm-mm.
Like that's not even the same animal. But that's all we're gonna have for today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them in the comments below. You like, subscribe, share.
Definitely share, definitely like, definitely subscribe.
Tell
And
us wherever you'd like to travel, visit, live, your wild, random dreams, because, man, do I have a bunch.
yes, leave them in the comments. And then in the comments, put in some topics you want to hear us talk about. I want to hear what you're thinking. I definitely am just interested to know what is it you want us to talk about? What is it you want to hear us about? Oh, and then hey, we can even start having maybe some call-ins, something
Mm.
like that. I see us expanding out to something great.
Mm. Imagine if I do end up like on the radio or something. That'd be fun. That'd be nice.
This is better than radio, I think.
Well,
Hey,
semantics.
yeah.
It's my own personal thing, but either way. Uh, yeah. But alrighty then. This has been episode 5 of Box of Topics.
Woo woo!
Because you never know what you're gonna get. Until next time. Okay, now I go in.